Welcome back, Hunters! I'm the SurvivalVis, and we return to Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate G-Rank Edition. This episode is a little weird. Technically, we're going after the Purple Gypceros, but this is the second time. The first time, I actually ran into a couple of technical issues and a bit of human error, which caused me to really take a moment and think, you know what? I'm not happy with this, I'm going to re-record it. So I've actually technically hunted Purple Gypceros, Emerald Congalala, and we're going back to Purple Gypceros, but this is going up before Emerald Congalala. It's a bit weird, but what happened was, I found my recording software was starting to have a few weird, like lags and freezes in there. A few other series this has happened, so I want to cut that out, try re-downloading the video drivers, we'll see if that fixes it. And then another thing is, it's something that only happens if, like, recording props. If you have a microphone that's pretty good at catching a lot of sounds, you gotta be careful about what is near it, because for a game like this, if you're using a controller that has some very clicky buttons like that, and you're playing a little bit like that, too close for too long, the entire episode is just going to be filled with a bunch of clicks like that going off. So I wanted to remedy that by just re-record, and you don't have to worry about that, and things will be just as they should be. And I also forgot to show off the Emerald Congalala equipment next episode, so we'll show it off this one too. I apologize for how weird the layout of this is going to be, but I just wanted to make sure to try to solve that so that way we don't have too bad of video quality for some stuff that goes up. I already have questionable content as it can be sometimes, so this is me just trying to be a little bit better for you guys. We're just going to eat, get prepped, and then we'll head out for Purple Gypceros. And I can tell you guys, I was actually quite pleasantly surprised by this fight. Normally, Gypceros and Purple Gypceros can be a bit of a nuisance fight. They like spamming the same moves over and over, and they can have some questionable attacks that are just reused, like the flashing. But they've actually made a pretty nice change to Purple Gypceros in this. I just want to check if there's anything else new. No, everything's all the same. Okay, so let's... yeah, there we go. There's Purple Gypceros. They made some changes that have actually made the fight much better, and it's not actually a bad fight anymore. It feels not like a great one to go on that you want to go for a lot more, but it's not as tedious or annoying to deal with the monster. It kind of makes Gypceros feel a little bit more tolerable, or actually to a point you can tolerate it. But yeah, I've got stocked up on antidotes, because we're going to need them. Purple Gypceros does use the Noxious Poison. And for anybody who's maybe not heard of Noxious Poison before, because I don't know if... I'm trying to think. Viper Toby could actually have it in Iceborne. I don't think Rise actually has the Noxious Poison. But basically, your regular poison, let's say, for how it procs is like tick, 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 tick. Noxious Poison is tick, 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 tick. It just drains you very quickly. So you have to be super careful of that. And also making sure you don't get hit by other attacks while you're poisoned too. Because otherwise, it compounds very quickly into a very big problem. It might even be worth it if you're going to have to farm like Purple Gypceros or a poison monster, to look at bringing a set that does have the poison immunity to it. So we'll get right into the fight, and it might take a little while before Purple shows off why he's become, or it's become a better fight in this rank. But we'll see how long it takes. It's one small key, it's one small key noticeable difference that's really apparent right off the get-go. And Emerald Con, no, crap. Okay, well, see. Oh, I hate when they get stuck on the walls like that, because he should have basically stopped running as soon as he hit the wall, but he was able to keep it in place. But yeah, look at how quickly this is draining off of us here. It would help if Calico would not just run behind me like a moron. Okay, at least he made up for it with the healing. That's one thing. I can get mad at the Palicos sometimes because they do just seem to be like completely dumb to what they should be doing. But at least Calico has the chance to redeem himself with actually doing the healing job. But yeah, the Noxious Poison, with how often... well, Purple Gypceros, that's basically the only poison attacks it uses are the Noxious ones, so you have to be super careful of that. And this is the change, is that it can actually charge up the flash attack and hold on to it like basically a battery. It also has gained a new attack you saw there with like mortar shots where it arcs them super, super high. And if they hit the ceiling, they drip down from that position to try landing on you. Now, if it does that attack in an area that doesn't have a ceiling, the attacks are... Oh, really? Oh, this is getting to be annoying already for a hunt. Here I thought, oh, this monster's not as bad anymore. Oh, no, now we're dealing with all this at once. And there's the poison again. Okay, does he still... It looks like he still has a flash possibly saved up. I can't tell for certain. Yeah, let's get a mount off and see about trying to open... Okay, just get a few in because we can. We'll get an opening cleared up and see about just unloading with a lot of normal 2 into them. Because I'd like to try to break that crest before... It's not as bad as like it used to be where almost every attack afterwards you'd have to deal with being flashed by them. But it's still going to be something with the G rank, it will help to break that crest as soon as we can. Okay, enraged already. Let's get out of there. But yeah, you notice it's not as much like a lot of running and charge attacks. It's a... Oh, crud. And then there's the poison that can go down the ramps. But Calico is actually on top of that. Okay, that was very close. Yeah, so there. It's charged up now, and you can see it used one of those mortar shots. It's still, I'd probably say it's a better fight than the high rank version, but you still gotta be super careful about a lot of stuff going on. Like, it'd be nice if he would target those two for a little while so I can get some openings in. But yeah, you can see the poison dripping down. It's something that can catch you off guard if you're not minding it. I think as gunners, you're going to be a little bit more aware that that's in the space between you. So it won't be as bad, but... Yeah, these Genprey, let's just get to an area without these little buggers. It seems like the small monsters are causing much more havoc in G-rank hunts. They're a lot more aggressive and prone to just wanting to get right into fighting. So they don't have the wind-up or go away as much. And it might be that Purple Gypceros actually went to a different area. Okay, I think that's what happened, because I thought it would have been right here by now. Okay, so we gotta figure out where it went. I think I am going to start bringing paintballs along, too, because since I haven't done a lot of G-rank hunts, there are going to be certain monsters that I don't actually know their pattern of, like, where they like going. It'll be helpful to have that as a way of just understanding, okay, it's gone this area, it's gone that area. Avoid this kind of situation where I don't know where to go. I don't actually think there's a... No, there is a spot where I could wave to, like, the spotter balloon if I needed. But yeah, there he is. Or it is. Nope. Yeah, I gotta be careful. You can see they can stay up in the air a super long time when he uses those mortar shots. It's one of those, you might forget it, and then all of a sudden you're smacked by it. Okay. I will want to work at the tail eventually, but again, let's just try to... Actually, let's just get whatever opportunities present themselves. I mean, the tail is right there right now. There we go. Okay, crest is broken. We'll switch back to using the pure shots and try to get them through to hitting that tail. Something that's also a bit strange, though, is, like, it feels like Purple Gypceros tries to use its flash attacks more after the crest is broken. Like, I'm not sure if it's just because it is prone to more easily charging up the thing. Oh, darn it. Okay, there we go. Yeah, Calico's really right on top of the antidote, her antidote horn, so that's super handy. Oh, again, yeah, it really can be annoying dealing with Purple. Especially if it would just stick to the cats for a while, okay? That's one thing I've really been getting irritated with when I've been trying to solo hunt, is I'm not the only one in the area. You can go after them. I feel like I don't get a chance to breathe and just be able to get simple stuff done. Okay, there we go. We got our opening. Yeah, so that's super high up. Yeah, you go after Runa for a little bit. Go chase the cat. I do have to be careful being down the slope a bit, though. Because all those globs will want to run downhill. Oh, there we go, we got a flinch off. Okay, you want to go after... No, Calico's going to do the... Yeah, the Palicos and that back in these days... I shouldn't even say back in these days, because in Rise, the helpers can be a little bit dumb when it comes to stuff. Like, if they get inflicted with the Magnamalo's Blast, or Hellfire, or whatever it's called, they do the stupid, weird dance that doesn't actually amount to anything, too. Oh, thank you, Calico. That was nice. Okay, right, gotta be careful of that, exactly. Okay, but thankfully, again, that is why the healing cats can be so handy. It's just that I do not like being in this area fighting this guy. Well, it looks like that low stamina will pay off pretty nicely here if we can get a few shots in. What the heck is it up to? Oh, it had to go up there in order to move to another area. I don't know which way it's gonna go. Okay, looks like it's flying, I think, just down to the next spot. But yeah, the first time I hunted Purple, it wasn't quite this annoying to deal with. I think it's because he never came up to this area, which meant there wasn't as much worrying about how the poison globs were going around. I think it was, let me see. He started in the cave area, went to the big area way open in the bottom of the map, and then went up to, like, the webbing area, which is kind of weird, because you think that'd be, like, somewhere old Gypceros would avoid, given how many are hanging around in the web cocoons. He's still able to be a little bit dangerous, but not too bad. And then we're going to have their big hunting horn thing go out. Hey. Oh, apologies. I was hoping to try to avoid that on mic for you guys, but didn't quite have the time. Okay, let's see what you're up to. Yeah, so it's not quite enraged, but it's like gotten the second wind now. There we go. That should hit off for... keep a little bit of pressure on him. think the big thing is I'll want to try to stay uphill fighting it. Because as long as I'm up here, I don't think the poison will spread as much. Although, of course, that means we have to kind of be allowed to pull this off. Ooh, that was... Ow. That was a bit close for that. Oh, I am really... Yeah, that's where it can be really annoying, and I think the problem... I don't think I could have gotten out of that without getting hit, because if I rolled, I would have springboarded, tail smack anyway, so... Didn't quite work out, and it is just... Can be frustrating dealing with all the poison that he keeps dishing out. It might actually be better to just keep working with normal 2. And see if I can get the, here, we'll heal you guys since we're right here anyway. Work at just getting the tail shots in, because I don't know how many of the Pierce procs are actually triggering shooting through him to try to get that. Not to mention, if I want to go for the Pierce procs, I kind of have to stand right in front of him, which is not a good thing against a poison-spewing monster. Okay, let's get that in us. And let's go back and see if we can take him down. But yeah, the first hunt, it went a lot smoother than this, and it makes me kind of annoyed at myself that I had so much stuff happening to, like, mess it up. Like, so far, since I've done the video driver thing, it looks like everything's back to proper, haven't had an issue. And the mic is not going to pick up the controller with the distance between it now, so I gotta remember that when I do more Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate is keep the controller a good bit away, and things should turn out much better. But then I also have to bring up how I'm going to be changing the voting polls for Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. Because I'm getting a mix of a lot of new monsters, but also some of the more bland and, like, common older types, I think I'm going to just take take the 2 most picked, hunt them, and then use the 3rd episode in a week to go after, like, one of the more uninteresting or blander monsters. That way, instead of having, like, a week of kind of boring stuff, it's more just a single episode, while the rest of the week is really nice. Oh, crap, yeah, this is... Oh, I hate the map design of 4 Ultimate. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. It was terrible in so many ways. And it'd be nice if you would just go after them for a change. Seriously, go after them, you dumb monster. It gets so frustrating solo hunting, and these guys, like, don't even register as being a target half the time. There we go. I got breathing room for like a second. There we go. Okay, that's our first feigned death. And this is why I wanted to switch to normal too, because with an opening like this, I still don't think I get a lot of Pierce procs in, but these normal 2 hits are going to be really nice built up on them. Yeah, he can actually feign death, I believe it's twice in the same hunt in G rank. But we're not going to fall for it because, again, the only monster we have in this hunt to go for is Purple here. So we know that he's not properly taken down till now. But this is another monster. I think a normal build would be better for him. Pierce procs can be nice, but it definitely feels like with his tail being as weak as it is and that head crest being so problematic, you'll want to focus more on just those 2 points than getting pierce shots right through them. And then the side quest was just to go after some Alteroth. I won't worry about that. And that did give us a number of good materials. Purple Gypceros Fell Wing and Purple Hide Pluses. But yeah, his fight, it all depends, I think, the areas you fight him. If it's in a lot of small contained areas, like the small cave or areas that are super sloped and you're downhill from him a lot, so the poison runs, he can be still annoying or obnoxious of a fight. But if you're more of an area, well, okay, not up here because this is sloped, but like down here where there's a little bit more flatter areas to it and wide open space, I think he's a better fight in G rank than he was high rank, because there wasn't so much rapid use of after every attack, flash, flash, flash. Because getting dazed that often is not fun. We'll take a look at the rewards, head back, and then take a look at all the gear that we're going to show off. We got a few nice things. A Fellwing, Slogbone. Oh, Pure Crystal is nice to get. There's that. Altalite and Carbolite. Yeah, so there's that all wrapped up and done. And then we'll go take a look at the... I think I have to show off the Domio Hermitor gear, the Purple Gypceros, and the Emerald Congalala. I've been getting into a bit of a bad habit. I've been forgetting to show off the gear because you have to exit out of the hub entirely to go see it. Okay, the man. Let's see. Okay, so that's the Conga. Looks like... Okay, we'll start with the Emerald Congalala and then work down. It does look a bit different than the previous version of the Congalala stuff. And that gives us Tenderize. Not really that much. I doubt I'd be trying to make that. Gypceros is just the big, chunky, fat armor that we're kind of used to from it. And Domio Hermitor, I think it's mostly just like a color palette change, where instead of the red and white, it's more of a white with red highlights. Let me see if I can find it in high rank. Should be somewhere around here, I think. Oh, actually, it is the same exact look from... Okay, I thought it would have been a bit of a different look, but it's mostly the same carried over. That's the regular Gypceros. I wonder if the Purple Gypceros has... There it is. Okay, it is a little bit of a change for what the armor is. It's still the big chunky stuff, but it looks like for Purple Gypceros, it's actually changed to be more, yeah, more like a full body of the hide to it. Still definitely not going to make it because it does have pretty atrocious for, like, skills. Same with the Congalala and even the Hermitor stuff. So I haven't really found my first G rank set yet, because so far nothing's really been able to compete with what I've got. And I do have a preview of the Zamtrio stuff. This I might make just for the sheer fact of how good it looks. Like, take a look at these for the Blade Master and the Gunner armor. They look fantastic. I don't think I have the arms to show off, though. And I can show off the Conga, the Gypceros, the big fat chicken arms, and the Domio Hermitor. But yeah, so nothing too much gear-wise to show off there. I did get the Domio Hermitor's heavy bowgun made. So you can see that these are the options for it. I'm not going to actually do much with it because all I need to upgrade again is the purple shell. So when I hunt Plum Domio Hermitor, that'll give us that. I don't think there's anything else upgrade-wise to look at quite yet. After I take down regular Congalalas, I can probably upgrade this, then there might be a color change for its next upgrade. But I think that basically wraps us up for this episode. There's not too much more I can really go into and show off at the moment. And that will be wrapping up that hunting poll that we just recently put out, although, well, next episode will. Again, it's kind of confusing with these two, I apologize on that. But the hunting poll, I'll change to only taking the top 2 picks, and then the third episode of that week, I will just make one of the lesser monsters so that we were clearing them out, while not having a slump week compared to everything else we've been doing. But thank you guys very much for joining me on this episode of Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate G Rank. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to give it a like, and if you have any comments, tips, or tricks, be sure to leave comments right down below. And until I see you in the next video, Hunters and Survivors, please remember, as always, to take care, stay alive, and happy hunting.